One advantage Arsenal will have is those injuries that they seem to have last month are dried up. It's only really Calafiori who stays in the starting 11, who's not going to be available, I don't think. But they've also had an extra day recovery because they played on the Saturday. And you look at the side they put out against Bournemouth, they made changes. So they're going to bring all the big guns back, whereas Arne Slot hasn't been able to have that liberty because Ekitike's had to come out because of an injury. Everyone else has just had to play through.
Yeah, they rested Saka, didn't they, at Bournemouth?
Trossard as well.
Yeah, so we're obviously with this game in mind. And maybe, Slot's just got to see it as this is the last game of this run, I think, and there will be a bit of a reset. I mean, we spoke about it earlier, but that Barnsley FA Cup game, you could see any side put out for that, and maybe we'll get a game. I don't know. Unless something's.
Take our boots.
I'm not
We've seen
sure.
that far too often this season.
I'm not sure what that team will look like, but I think if you Slot right now, you're not even thinking about that, and you're trying to. I mean, look, maybe there's a world where they can rally the troops and they can go there. The piece with Van Dijk you did talking about the fighting and like. They have to do that. They have to go there and stand up and try and be counted. And no one's saying it's going to be easy, but I just think that there have been signs that these last, we'll keep saying it, the unbeaten run, as glorious as it is, they have toughened up in that. Leeds was a horrendous game of football, but they didn't have a chance, did they? Fulham could probably score more goals. Wilson's hit the bar as well, hasn't he? And there were other chances for them there. So they'll need to get back to being a bit more solid. Arsenal are going to test them, not with the most free-flowing football. That's the thing. And so it is going to be these set pieces. They're going to be working on them now.
I mean, a real test for the post-Darren Briggs Liverpool.
I was going to say, who's doing that? Who's, what a time to have no set piece specialist around. If he was even that, he wasn't really, was he? But it is going to be a game that, for all we spoke about Liverpool not playing good football at the minute, not playing most scintillating football, fans will be absolutely fine with that, going to Arsenal and getting a result if they can be solid and go and grind out a draw or who knows, maybe even a little win.
Go do our lineups now. What are you thinking for the back four, Gorsty? Would you bring in? I suppose Frimpong deserves a recall, but it's where you play him.
Yeah.
Was Andy Robertson come back in? You sticking with Kirkhouse?
Yeah, probably would actually. Robertson just gives you a little bit more know-how, doesn't he? And he has a tough time in Saka at times, but he wasn't, I guess. I'm going to recall Robertson, and Conor Bradley stays in the team. Yeah.
You going the same, or are you keeping Kirkhouse?
I think I might stick with Kirkhouse. I think he obviously can be erratic, but I just think if you do pick Robertson, I think that'll be the talk pre-game, won't it? Is like Saka's going to be going at Robertson, and it will be for Kirkhouse as well, to be honest. But maybe they do like a 60-30 thing, and I'd maybe just go with Kirkhouse though, just for extra pace.
And you having Bradley as well?
Yes, yeah, I keep Bradley there. Frimpong obviously did well when he came on, but I think he'll be needed higher up later on.
Okay, and what are you doing for midfield then?
What am I doing for midfield? Good question.
McAllister didn't really work again as the deep option. He's not as the number 10 either.
No, but again, where are the options? What are you?
Yeah.
You'd say Curtis Jones is the first one, guaranteed pick at the minute, and you have to pick Gravenberch because again, there's no one else. Where do you want to pick Szoboszlai? Do you want to put him wide? You know what? I might just go with. I'm going to drop McAllister, and I'm going to have Gravenberch, Jones, and Szoboszlai playing in there with them.
Yeah, I was thinking that myself actually. I think give myself in my forward line now. I think the chance for Frimpong, particularly on counters. We spoke about the pace and the ability to hurt Arsenal that way. There's no one better to do it than him. So I'm going to pick him wide right. Szoboszlai, Jones, and Gravenberch, and let's hope Ekitike makes it. He starts and Beats off the left with Gakpo off the bench.
Yeah. I was initially thinking Frimpong to come on, but I think I would start him actually, just to give them something to think about. Going the other way. The pace of him. Wirtz off the left, and then I've just got a feeling he's going to be cautious with Ekitike, so he might start Gakpo, bring Ekitike on.
I suppose it depends going forward because we keep saying it's Barnsley, and then you've got a few days rest. If it's not a serious injury, you can risk.
Yeah. I mean, I'd look, if it was me, and we know he's fit. I mean, if he is fit, I'm picking Ekazike. I just think I've got a feeling Slot might be a bit cautious with him, and maybe take the view that, you know, this game will still be live with half an hour to go, and perhaps Ekazike can come on. You might only be fit enough to do, you know, something like that. So yeah, I'd go with that.
Especially, I've got the same argument for Gakpo as well. He's only just back from injury too. Yeah, that's the problem with a lot of this Liverpool squad, that they're having to power through despite knocks and everything. But I think Slot said that they're going to have to take a few risks after Isak broke his leg, potentially.
Yeah.
Were you in that press conference? Or?
No, I can't remember now. But
it might have been a pre-match one.
Yeah, it does seem as if the options are drying up, doesn't it? I mean, not necessarily in midfield, because he's been picking 5 midfielders every week, so they've all been fit if needed. But certainly up front, Liverpool are looking really threadbare, to the point where we've just picked Jeremy Frimpong in our front three, both of us. So
need Engamo to absolutely tear Barnsley apart to stake his claim a bit more. Score predictions now. How confident are you feeling?
Do you know what? 0-0.
Yeah, okay.
I thought it was funny.
Liverpool clean sheet, what?
I'll take it, yeah.
Let's go 1-1.
I'm thinking it's going to be like 2-0 Arsenal. I've just no confidence in this at all. But then I think when we've had no confidence with these predictions before, when Liverpool actually surprisingly turn up. So maybe we'll see.
I mean, they've got witness. You know, they're in different circumstances, but they've won at big away games. They've won away at Tottenham. They've won away at Newcastle. You know, they tend to have turned up for these big matches. Only City they didn't, but maybe there's something there they can tap into. I just want them to be sort of solid, and you know,
they've been better away from home during this unbeaten run as well.
Yeah, I mean, for all the criticism I've give them on this pod, you know, what they have been decent at lately will hold them in good stead, you know, in a game like Arsenal away. So, maybe it could be a similar thing to Inter, where they just go and dig in, and it's a bit of a humdrum game, and they kind of come away with a really good result.
This is the Blood Red podcast from the Liverpool Echo, giving you the inside track on all the big talking points from Anfield.